Caleb Sweethand's Plant, IBF super middleweight champion of the world. And if you're looking to take your training to the next level or even be a world champion like myself, I suggest Victor Kate's Fighters Training Sack. It's got everything you need.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you, and we thank you for joining us as the prelims are just starting just around the corner at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. We really appreciate you joining us for this important prelude to our big night of action tonight and this very important announcement regarding a huge night of boxing coming your way later early in the fall. Premier Boxing Champions and Fox Sports Pay-Per-View are very proud to announce two elite and renowned world champions in boxing's red-hot and talent-rich division, meeting each other in a welterweight showdown coming your way Saturday, September the 28th at Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. The Truth Errol Spence Jr. defends his IBF title and his undefeated record against the WBC welterweight world champion Showtime Shawn Porter in a world welterweight title unification bout. Spence versus Porter is live 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. in the Pacific, and is supported by a tremendous co-main event. WBC super middleweight world champion Anthony Dirrell defends his title and faces the undefeated former world champion David Benavidez. Once again, it all takes place Saturday, September 28th, Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. We announced that the tickets will be available just around the corner Monday, July the 22nd at 12 noon, available at AXS.com. Once again, tickets available on Monday at noon. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to introduce to you one half of the co-main event joining us here this afternoon. A talented and exciting young fighter, 22 years old from Phoenix, Arizona. Outstanding record of 21 wins, no losses, 18 big wins coming by way of knockout. He won the title in 2016 with a win over Ronald Gavril, and he defended it successfully after that. Coming off a big knockout win over J. Leon Love in our pay-per-view event in March, he is here with us today to talk about his upcoming fight with the defending world champion. Now, I know they had some words in the past, and I know that he really wants his title back. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the undefeated former WBC super middleweight champion of the world, El Bandera Roja, David Benavidez.
Hello, how's everybody doing? First of all, I just want to thank God, my promoter, Samson Lukowitz, Al Haim, for everything, allowing me to be in this card. This is going to be an amazing card where Errol Spence, Shawn Porter, two of the biggest welterweight stars in boxing right now, and I get to co-headline that pay-per-view there, and I get to go fight for my title back. You know, this is something I wanted since I lost it. You know, I'm very excited, very motivated. I know Anthony Dirrell is a rugged, tough fighter, a veteran in the sport. I've been watching him since I was 13 years old, you know what I mean? So this is a fight I really want, and I know I could go in there and dominate, and I'm going to do it in impressive fashion, and I will knock Anthony Dirrell out. Thank you.
Thank you, David Benavidez. Certainly a soft-spoken, very gentlemanly man, but boy, in the ring, he is a warrior. Let's now talk about the main event of the evening. First, we're going to bring out our trainers for this. Our trainers, so important in the fight and also important for us to hear from because they play such a role in training and conditioning, preparation of the fighters, strategies, looking at their fighters, looking at their opponents as well, analysis and motivation as well. First, we're going to look at the trainer for Showtime, Shawn Porter, one and only his father and trainer. Please welcome Kenny Porter.
Good afternoon. Feels good to be here. Having a great evening last night with family and friends, kind of prelude to this, and now to actually be here in this moment is fantastic, is great, excellent, and Shawn has done everything I've asked him to do over the course of the last 8-9 weeks, so we just needed a date and a place, and now we'll focus on those two things, the date and the place. Errol Spence is a great fighter, got a great trainer. I have been a fan of Errol Spence as long as he's been boxing. Been up against him, been with him, and you know, I knew one day he'd be a world champion, and if he recalls, we even had a conversation a few years ago that one day him and Shawn would probably fight. When Errol is not fighting Shawn Porter, I am the biggest Errol Spence fan. If he's honest about it, he'll tell you I'm screaming and yelling every time he's in the ring. So, you know, they gave him the name The Truth. I knew that a long time. And he is definitely the truth. He always has been. So it's up to us, Team Porter, my son, Shawn Porter, my coaches, Barry Hunter and Larry Wade. It's up to us, Hal Chernoff. It's up to us to dissuade everything that, you know, has already been said and change the perception of what is going to happen that night. And I believe we can do it. We got the team to do it. I got the fighter to do it. It's a great challenge. It's the biggest challenge in Shawn's career, but this is why we box. This is why we fight. Everybody can say what they want. Everybody can say what they want to do and what they're going to do. Only thing that matters is fight night. When it's over with, then we'll know. But until then, everybody's going to have their opinion, and pretty much their opinion is just what they want. I pick this guy or I pick that guy. It's just because that's what they want it to be. So, again, like I said, I'm looking forward to this. It's great, and we got a great fighter in front of us. This is what it takes to make great fighters. These guys can make each other great. So this is for the legacy, and I'm going to turn it over to whoever else, or if you got questions.
Questions later.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Kenny Porter, a very proud and hard-working fighter. Questions will come later. You'll have the opportunity with that. And we want to remind you of the date and the place, Saturday, September the 28th, Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. And now guiding the career of the undefeated young champion Errol Spence Jr., we have his longtime and respected trainer. Please welcome to the microphone, Derek James.
Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be here. It's a very special occasion. One more step towards the Errol Spence personal goal that I took along and joined him to help him get. He wants to be the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. But this is one more step to his own personal goals. I'm very happy to be here. We have a very formidable champ who's a very tough, rugged fighter, and we look forward to that. We look forward to the challenge. We know what he brings, and you know, I know that everything's about strategy and game planning. So I know they have Barry Hunter, who's helping, which is a great trainer, as well as his father Kenny. So I look forward to putting together an amazing game plan, an amazing strategy, and coming out victorious. Because my goal and my number one job is to help my guy be the man that he wants to be, and he wants to be the IBF world champ as well as the WBC world champ. And we were headed towards the WBA and everything else. So my job is to do that. That's what I'm here for. And I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you to Derek, and also we want to remind you tickets are available starting on Monday at noon on AXS.com. And now let's meet our fighters. First, introducing with a record of 30 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Originally from Ohio, now fighting out of and training in Las Vegas, Nevada. He captured his second world title last September with an impressive victory over Danny Garcia. Most recently defended his title against Yordenis Ugas in March on Fox. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the microphone at this time the current WBC welterweight champion of the world, the 2-time welterweight champion of the world, Showtime, Shawn Porter.
Thank you, Jimmy. Certainly do appreciate that. What time is it? Showtime! What time is it?
Showtime.
What time is it?
It's showtime.
There we go. We in the building. That's what's up. Hey, listen. So here's the thing. The thing is, when I do this stuff, I normally just think about what I want to say. I don't write anything down. I don't really prepare a script, so to speak. But my dad already said it, and the one thing that came to mind when I was thinking about this moment was, what do you say? And this guy right here calls himself the truth. So I felt it was fitting that today I tell the truth. And the truth is, without preaching, the truth is, you guys are in for a treat. The truth is, this is gonna be a fantastic fight. The truth is, this dude has skills, he's got power, he's got speed, he's got everything that it takes. But the truth is, I have all those things as well. The truth is, I don't think y'all have seen him in the ring with someone like him before. You have not seen him in the ring with someone that possesses all of those things. The speed, the quickness, the power, the intelligence, the mental fortitude, the dog, the fight. The truth is, I have all of those things. The truth is, it takes all of that to beat this guy called the Truth. And the truth is, I am prepared to do those things to beat this guy, give him his first loss, and become finally the unified champion in the welterweight division, which we don't have right now. So the truth is, I believe in myself. The truth is, I will be ready September 28th in the Staples Center. The truth is, I'm extremely excited that it's gonna be at the Staples Center in LA. I've never fought there before. You ask me where I wanna go, I say Vegas. I say, Brooklyn because I've been there before. I say even down there in Dallas because it was a great promotion when he did it against Mikey Garcia. But the truth is, I would love to fight in the Staples, and I can't wait to get there. So the truth is, y'all gonna have to wait till September 28th to see it go down. But I'm telling y'all the truth right now, I will leave that ring as a unified champion.
Thank you, Showtime Shawn Porter. And now let's hear from his opponent. My pleasure to introduce to you one of the young stars in the boxing world today. With a record of 25 wins, no losses, he has 21 wins coming by way of knockout. A 2012 U.S. Olympian from DeSoto, Texas. He most recently defended his title against four-division world champion Mikey Garcia at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, in the first ever PBC on Fox Sports pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the undefeated IBF welterweight champion of the world, the Truth, Errol Spence Jr.
How's everybody doing? I'm happy to be here. I'm not with all the points and everything like that, but this is a fight that I've been asked for a long time. If you follow my social media, if you've been following me, if you interviewed me, since I was 14-0, I've been calling out the big name fighters. And they all decided not to fight me, all to keep me out there. They all wanted to fight each other, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, even Shawn Porter. But I finally got this fight, something I had to get in the ring and ask for and tell you I'll fight you anytime, any place. And now it's finally happened. And I guarantee you, I will become the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. But I have to get through Shawn Porter first and become unified. And this is gonna be a tough fight, I'm not gonna lie. Shawn's a dog, he has an amazing heart. I'm not gonna say he has all the skills in the world, but he does have talent. And he's a guy that's gonna come to fight, he's gonna give it his all, he's gonna bring it. But I believe that I do have the skills, the talent, and the dog, and the heart to make this, I'm not gonna say an easy fight, but I can stop him. And that's what I'm looking to do. You see a different fight when I fought Mikey Garcia, because everybody said I didn't have the boxing IQ or the boxing intellect to keep up with Mikey Garcia and to box him on the outside, and and the show that I was sharp, and I'm not just a guy who just maul you and just run through you and just beat you up. So in this fight, I'm gonna get back to my old self. You're gonna see a guy who's gonna push the pace, who's gonna look for the fight and try to go for the stoppage and try to go for the knockout to score an impressive one-sided victory. So everybody tune in for this fight. It's gonna be a great fight, amazing fight, an action-packed fight, and this can be fight of the year. Everybody just tune in. I guarantee you that.
Thank you to Errol Spence Jr. I don't just announce fights, I'm a fan as well, and I must say, I appreciate the mutual respect that both of these gentlemen have for each other, and they could have it no other way because we have two elite welterweights, very respected fighters meeting on Saturday, September 28th, Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. And now it's my pleasure to hand the microphone over to question and answer session led by my colleague Ray Flores. Ray, take it away.
Thank you very much, Jimmy. Well, we are very excited for September 28th in Los Angeles at the Staples Center. I will start off with Shawn Porter. Shawn, welterweight unification. You are about legacy. You're about looking ahead and going down as one of the best of all time. For you, knowing, and you were the one that said, I'll fight Errol Spence. As Errol has mentioned, not many people have been clamoring to fight him. But why do you feel in just your bravado to come out and say, I want that fight, I want to go down as one of the best?
You know what? When I fought Keith Thurman in 2016, he was considered to be the most dangerous guy in the division. And I wanted to take that away from him. I wanted to take that title away from him. I wanted to take that O away from him. So in a lot of ways, yes, I've been down this road before. I think I'm more prepared this time around. And so when you talk about the new monster of the division and Errol Spence, I'm not foreign to taking on those challenges. I'm not foreign to getting prepared for those kind of challenges. I'm not foreign to understanding what that fighter can do and what that fighter possesses, his skills, everything that Errol has. And and it's like I've said before, I'm both willing to take on that challenge, and I'm able to come out on top at the end of that challenge. And that's why he was selected. I told him, hey man, you get a belt and it's on. And once he got a belt, I had to get a belt, and then I got my belt and we made it happen. So, there's nothing but excitement around the Porter, around Team Porter and the Porter household. And I guarantee you there's going to be nothing but excitement around this world when him and I get in the ring.
And speaking of excitement, Errol, how excited are you to know that a guy went ahead and said, you know what, I want him, I want you? Does that amp you up knowing that you're going to have someone that's going to come forward and bring his best, especially under the bright lights at the Staples Center in Los Angeles?
With all due respect, he didn't want me, I wanted him. Right now I feel like I got these welterweights boxed into a corner. They don't have no choice but to come out. I'm the top guy. He didn't have nobody else to fight. I'm the money fight. I'm the guy that he was going to make the fight pay-per-view and make the most money. So I feel like he didn't have a choice but to fight me. And then when I called him out and got in the ring, it just had to happen. Shawn Porter is a guy that's willing to face everybody and willing to fight everybody, but he wasn't in a rush to fight me.
How do you respond to those comments, Shawn?
Well, he knows the world of boxing. He knows the way the business of boxing works. He got in the ring and said to himself, I love you and your dad, but I want to fight you. I said, all right, this is the easiest fight to be made in boxing. And at the end of it, he knows that the business of boxing did not revolve around me fighting him next. Whoever it was that allowed him to get in the ring, he got in the ring and said what he wanted to say, but that was not going to prevent the business from boxing from moving. The business of boxing moved me towards Dennis Ugas. I beat and got past Dennis Ugas, and now here we are. So why are we even talking about last year? Let's talk about right now. The fight is coming September 28th.
Errol, is there any animosity between you and Shawn Porter? You guys sparred together in 2011, 2012 at the Olympic Training Center. You're two of the best welterweights in the world, both champions, but is there any bad blood or disdain between you two?
No, there's no bad blood at all. I want to be the best. I want to be the best. I want to be undisputed welterweight champion of the world, and he's in my way. I feel like, in PBC, it's too many lines. It's too many lines. It's too many champions, and and it has to be one. And I feel like right now it's like a little tournament going on. You got Thurman fighting Pacquiao. I'm fighting Shawn Porter, and then you got Terence Crawford on the other side. So I feel like by the end of next year, you'll find out, who's the best, who's really the best welterweight in the division.
Shawn, in your opinion, people talk about you being a come-forward fighter, action-packed, but do you feel that your pure boxing ability is sort of an underrated quantity when it comes to those that cover the sport and fight fans around the world?
Yeah, I think it's definitely underrated. I think that like Errol Spence knows, you know, you're not going to game plan and fight every fighter the same. And so for a majority of the fights that I've had, guys are willing to, they're not willing to engage with me. They want to take steps back. They want to use the ring. They want to hold, things of that nature, which forces me to become more and more aggressive, which is my mentality in the first place. So it really does play into my hands. But you have a guy right here in Errol Spence that likes to be aggressive too. He likes to dictate the pace. He likes to be the general of the ring. I like to do the same things. So the skill is definitely going to be a big part of this fight. And like he said, by the beginning of next year, you'll know who really is the best. It's not going to be just who was the most aggressive in our fight that determines who's going to win, but also who's got the most skills and who's the more talented fighter. And you know, I'm definitely out to prove that in this fight. I think if there's any fight that I can prove I'm the biggest dog in this division, and also have the best skills in this division, I think that all of that would be proved beating Errol Spence.
Errol, how are you preparing for the aggression, the physicality, the athleticism of Shawn Porter?
I mean, we're going to do what we always been doing. You know, I'm used to fighting and sparring aggressive guys that come forward. And, you know, he's not a fighter that just come forward. He's a fighter that, you know, try to use angles, you know, try to use his legs. And, you know, but I'm expecting a Shawn Porter that's going to, you know, try to brawl and try to get in the inside and try to fight, because I feel like there's no way that he can fight me on the outside. So he's going to be a guy that's going to try to come forward and try to fight and try to dictate the pace and rough me up and try to show things that, you know, never been brought out of me before that I'm going to have to prove that night.
Now we'll go with David Benavidez on the co-feature. What an excellent fight that is for the Super Middleweight Championship of the World. David, you are the youngest champion in the United States, and obviously you had some issues. You've rectified that. That is now in your rear-view mirror. But how excited are you to now finally fight for the world title once again? You came out, looked very impressive against J. Leon Love, and now, lo and behold, you have Anthony Durrell on your hands on September 28th on pay-per-view.
Well, you know, I'm very excited. I've worked extremely hard to get to this point in my life. I'm only 22 years old, and I'm fighting for my second world title. So, you know, as everybody knows, I'm very talented, and people want to see me because I bring these exciting fights. And I feel like I could be that next star because, you know, I'm bringing that old school boxing back. You know, I'm knocking people out, and if I'm not knocking them out, I'm beating them up the whole fight. So, and Anthony Durrell's a tough fighter, and these are the kind of fighters I want to go up against, not only show to my fans, but to myself that I'm the best super middleweight now in the world today. And there's so much good fights to be made in my weight division. Like, you got Caleb Plant, Anthony Durrell, Colin Smith. You know, maybe in the future, you know, we could do something with Canelo. But there's just a lot of opportunities in front of me right now. So I'm just going to take advantage of all these opportunities. I'm going to work hard, and I'm going to show everybody, all my fans, all my people, that I'm the best super middleweight in the world.
If you're successful on September 28th against Anthony Durrell and Caleb Plant, who fights Mike Lee, there's no mistake that you guys don't necessarily see eye to eye with one another, you and Caleb Plant I'm talking about. If you guys both handle business, is that the fight you want next? That'll be somewhat of a unification matchup at 168?
That would be, yeah, this is a fight I want. You know, I don't really see eye to eye with nobody. You know, it's always personal with everybody, but I will knock Caleb Plant out. Whether it's the next fight, whether it's the fight after that, it don't matter what it is. This is going to be the same outcome every time. I will knock him out.
And Shawn, knowing that you're fighting Errol Spence, and obviously we have Pacquiao Thurman, do you think that this can go ahead and take us back to the old school days of champions and elite guys fighting elite guys right after another, and not sort of, as they say, tune-up fights?
Oh, for sure. Not just in my division, but in boxing in general. I think it's getting much better. Guys are stronger, faster, and not only that, but they're willing to fight each other. You have a situation right here where I don't care what Errol Spence says. He wants to fight me, I want to fight him. There's no getting around it. There's no, he wants to fight me, I don't want to fight him. I'm not saying I want to fight him and he didn't want to fight me. Both of us are willing to get this done. And after this, the winner of Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman, they're going to be fighting the winner of myself and Errol Spence. And then there's other guys in every division every division is just getting better. So boxing is in a great place right now to become, every fight could become a legendary fight.
Errol, how much do you want to clean out the welterweight division? And also, is it great to see that boxing is going back to those old school values?
It's definitely great. That's something I've been wanting to do, clean out the division and get all the belts. You know, I feel like, you know, Manny Pacquiao and Floyd, they fought each other when it made sense and, you know, it was a big fight. So I feel like same thing can happen with me and Terrence Crawford in the future. You know, my whole thing is to clean out the whole division and beat the whole names. Danny Garcia, he doesn't have to have a title for me to fight him. I'm still willing to fight Danny Garcia after I unify if Keith Thurman and Pacquiao don't want to fight, or the fight with Terrence Crawford can't be made, things like that. So I'm willing to clean out all the top names in the division and just reign supreme over everybody.
Shawn, where do you feel you have the most distinct advantage over Errol Spence?
Honestly, I think probably the fact that he maybe underestimated me. I think that may be the number one thing. I don't think he's really aware of what I can do in the ring. So, you know, to put it on one thing, speed or quickness or power, agility, something like, I just think that it's the total package. And I think that there's a disconnect for him and my total package. I don't think he's really seeing it.
Errol, are you underestimating Shawn Porter? How do you respond to what he just said? I hear Derek James, if I could say what you told me, he said headbutt, I believe, right, Derek? Headbutting and elbows is what Derek James is saying.
Nah, but I'm definitely not underestimating Shawn Porter, because I feel like once you get in the ring, it's over. The only person that can save you is the white towel or the referee. So I'm definitely not underestimating him. I always train hard. I'm always focused. And, you know, I'm always training for a 12-round grueling fight. So I'm not underestimating him, but, you know, I'm going to tell the truth. I feel like I'm more skillful than him. I'm more athletic. You know, he's a rough and rugged guy, but I can get rough and rugged too. As, you know, his dad knows. He's seen me in the amateurs and seen my sparring sessions, things like that. You know, I can do the same thing with the elbows, the heads, get dirty too. So, I mean, if it goes down to that where, you know, he tried to fight me like he did Andre Berto and, you know, elbows and headbutts and try to rough me up, then we can do that too. So it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. I feel like I'm mentally stronger than him. I got better athleticism than him. I'm more skillful than him. And just all across the board, I'm just a better fighter, boxer, whatever you want to call it.
Errol, are you saying you're going to break Shawn Porter on September 28th?
You'll see.
I'm asking.
It's a man down. You know my motto, man down promotions. That's what I live by. That's what I do. And like I said, it's going to be a different fight from the Mikey Garcia fight. I showed y'all boxing IQ. I showed y'all, you know, skills. I can box. I can get on my toes. But, you know, this fight, we're reverting back, you know, to the old me where, you know, I want this to be, you know, a rough, grueling fight. I want it to be an action-packed fight. And, you know, I know Shawn will come to fight. I'm not underestimating them all. And it's going to be a great fight.
Shawn, he was talking about elbows and headbutts and things along those lines. He said that on September 28th, you're going to have to wave the white flag and it'll be another man down. Your response?
Hey, man, that fight with Andre Berto went the way it went. He couldn't handle it. And, 8 rounds later, I got him out of there. This fight with Errol Spence, it's going to go the way it's going to go. He knows I'm a dog. He knows I got plenty of heart. I got heart to give. And he know I'm bringing all that to the ring. And I'm y'all messing me up. But he's saying it's gonna be a man down. I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on being prepared. I know I'm gonna be prepared, and I'm looking forward to it. I know he in some ways he thinks he can make it an easy fight. Trust me, myself and my team, we looking at the exact same thing. And no surprises on September 28th when I knock him out. It's been said.
Now we're going to open up to the media for a few questions. Those that are in attendance here in Las Vegas, don't forget, we have Spence Porter live on pay-per-view September 28th from Staples Center in Los Angeles.
Mark Wicker from the Los Angeles Daily News. Shawn, what did you think of Errol's performance against Mikey Garcia? And the second part of that is, I know you share something with LeBron James. Are you going to make sure that he's at this fight at Staples Center?
Yeah, I'll go with the first question first. Errol Spence did a phenomenal job against Mikey Garcia. In my personal opinion, he white-gloved him, and it was a landslide victory. I did take a look at that. Even spoke a little bit to Mikey about that fight. And I think that, you know, along with being physically ready for a fight, you have to be mentally ready for a fight as well. And I think that, that might have been his disconnect, that from a mental standpoint, I don't think he was necessarily ready for everything that Errol Spence could bring. and I know that I will be. And then on the other end of that, the funny thing is, Errol Spence has had one pay-per-view fight, and he thinks he's the money grabber. He thinks he's the pay-per-view star. I guarantee you there will be more.
You said that, not me.
I guarantee you there will be more
said that,
fans
not me.
there supporting Shawn Porter than Errol Spence, and I guarantee you there will be the more pay-per-view buys for Shawn Porter versus Errol Spence than there were for Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia. And the reason
So why
for
you
that,
never fought at home?
the reason for that will be
Why you never
because
fought
of
at home?
Showtime Shawn Porter. LeBron James will be in the building.
Why you never fought at home?
Martin Lawrence will be in the building.
Why have you never fought at home?
The stars of the
I saw
stars will
15,000
be in the building
with a
in
guy
LA,
nobody knew.
and it will be because of Showtime Shawn Porter, not the truth, Errol Spence.
Dan?
Errol, you can't see me. I'm over on the other side. It's Dan Rayfield from ESPN. Errol, like Mark asked Shawn about his performance in his last fight, I'd like to know from your perspective if you saw Shawn's performance against Ugas a couple months ago, where I think a lot of people would agree that Shawn might have been, could have certainly not won that fight. It was a close fight. He won it very closely. What were your thoughts, and do you take anything out of that and how he may perform against you?
That fight could have went either way. It was a good fight. Ugas is a good fighter. Ugas is good, tough. He's a Cuban Olympian. He's a guy that always comes to fight. And, I think Shawn had the wrong game plan. Shawn tried to box him and try to outpoint him, and I think that just...
You think I had the wrong game
not
plan?
Him. That's just not him.
You think I had the wrong game
Well,
plan?
you try to box me, see what happens. You try to box me, see what happens. I'm going to put you on your ass.
You think I had the wrong game plan?
You try to box me, see what happens. Yeah, you did have the wrong game plan. A lot of people thought you lost.
Errol, you can box, Errol?
A lot of people thought you lost.
You can box, Errol?
Hey, I'm not a U.S. Olympian for nothing.
Answer the question, Errol.
I'm not a U.S. Olympian for nothing.
Answer the question, Errol.
Ask Barry Hunter, your
Answer
co-coach.
the question, Errol.
Ask Barry Hunter. Answer
Dan's question,
Does I
Errol.
can box? Why can't I?
Answer Dan's question.
I can't.
I am excited for September 28th on pay-per-view. My goodness, is this going to be a war at the Staples Center in Los Angeles? All the celebs are going to come out. You better be there. Order on pay-per-view. Finally, I'll go with Shawn Porter first. Prediction time. How's it going to go down on September 28th?
Showtime Shawn Porter will put a man down and show y'all the truth. God bless.
Errol Spence Jr., your prediction for September 28th.
Man, I'm knocking his ass out. This same dude that had a tough fight with Granados. So I'm not trying to hear none of y'all talking about every time he stepped up, he lost. The only person he stepped up and beat was Danny Garcia. When he fought Keith Thurman, Kell Brook came over here and took the belt from him and hurt him a couple of times.
What's your prediction, Errol?
I'm going to
What's
beat
your
you up.
prediction?
You know I'm going to punish you.
No, all the talking. What's your prediction?
You know I'm going to punish you.
It is going to be electric. September 28th live on pay-per-view. Now we will have the fighters face off as we are just over 2 months away from this pay-per-view showdown. Spence and Porter, welterweight unification on the line. Thank you very much.